Hello everyone! Today I'm using such an interesting technique to make a beautiful intricate 3D lilac piece. It may look complicated, but it's actually easy, it's fun, and there are some real surprises with how I made the unique background texture. Let me show you how I did it.
You know how I love flowers, and as I said before, roses are probably my absolute favorite. However, in springtime I do have certain flowers I absolutely adore. One of them is the lilac. So for the last 2 weeks they've been blooming now in London, and every time I pass a shrub I'm thinking I would love to make something with the lilac. So I've been thinking and finally I actually had the revelation yesterday. I'm hoping it's going to work, so we're going to test it. So I am going to use Liquitex Heavy Gesso and I'm going to try a 3D lilac. In my head I can see it, but I'm not sure if we're going to see it actually on the mat. So let's start. In last week's tutorial, when I was making the beach scene with seagulls, I used my handmade tool with gesso. And I thought, let's just try to make the lilac flowers using the same tool, starting like this. This is cellophane, some leftover from a bunch of flowers I had. At the moment, that's the opening. So I've got violet and I've got velvet purple. I kind of wonder which one would be more suitable. So let's do a little tester and we'll see which color will look better. Of course I can mix both, you know. Any guesses? I haven't checked before, so your guess is as good as mine. This is a cooler color and the other one is warmer. That's a nice lilac color. Okay, now this one. Well, I'm liking this one too. Alright, so I'm just going to make some more and I'm going to transfer it into our tube. I didn't put actually that much. I'm taping the tube down so the paste doesn't come through the top, especially when I'm holding it. I am very anxious now. Can I make the petals? Let's see. And we are going to do it on a silicone mat. And the petals are slightly curved, they are roundish. Each flower has got 4 petals on the most popular one. So if I do a curve, just like this. Okay, let's see if we're getting somewhere. So just like this. Oh, that's going to be nice. So we squeezing it. So I'm doing each one individually, but it's very easy. I think I'm quite happy with them. Let's see what happens if I'm going to touch them with a little bit of water. I can shape them a bit more. Look. I think that's really nice. It does resemble lilac, would you agree? So we could do this. Little touch-ups. And what do I have to do now? Mass production, don't I? If you love listening to music or listening to podcasts, that's a perfect job. Very peaceful. Okay, by probably number 10, I will be so proficient, I'll be super quick. Yeah, I don't think I should be working too long on perfecting them. I think we want them imperfect. So I've been making these. Now I've decided I need some little buds. You can always trim the end. Now these are looking funny, you have to admit. This is the very, very end of this tube. It's still just one small, the one I made at the beginning. So we've got lots. So this is the canvas for today. It's 30 by 30. As you can see, it's a box canvas. Well, I've got the blossoms and I think they are dry. Let's just check. They come off so easily. And you know what's good? They are actually bendable. So that means that I can easily put one on top of the other and, you know, make a really nice arrangement. Those little, whatever you call them, funny guys are ready too. So let's just put this away for now, and we have to think about the background and what would look good. The main indication that the painting is successful is whether the background goes well with whatever you are painting. In my case, when I have one subject, I have to really think what will look good with the color combination. This painting is going to be in color. The hydrangeas were very light. Magnolias had some color to some extent, but this time we'll have purple lilac and we'll have leaves that will be partially green. We have to think of a really good background to match them. Of course, we will need titanium white, that's for sure. I am also tempted to use Payne's Grey. Since we added purple to the lilac, I am going to continue with velvet purple. I'm considering Wedgwood, which is like a greyish light blue. Maybe this violet. And to make it a bit warmer, blush pink. The good news is, whenever you're doing the background, you can redo it as many times as you wish. Anything goes wrong, too dark, you put white on, you distress the look. You know, so don't worry. I was going to put the colors on the plate, but I thought it's going to be more interesting for you if I just randomly space them out here. This is a really beautiful color, Payne's Grey by Arteza, but it's quite dark. Just put a little bit. It looks like black, but it's not. Once you add white, it changes into this beautiful bluey grey. This is not the color I often use, so that's very exciting. All right, are we ready? It's going to probably be too dark. Okay, ready, steady. Oh. You tell me that these are not pretty colors. These are gorgeous. The colors are gorgeous. Okay, so now what I am doing, I am looking at them. They will not stay the same. I have to mix them more. And I am thinking, what else do we need? What's missing? I'm holding this because when I hold it against the background, I can see whether it's going to be good or not. And at the moment, my option is I probably will go darker so that they stand out more. So I took some processed magenta as well and mixed with Mars Black. I really want to make something dusky pink or something like this. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to introduce. Make sure there is no empty patch. At this point, as you can see, I'm going darker here in the middle because I really want the flowers to be seen. At the moment, we have this kind of atmospheric grayish purple. But as I said before, I do want the leaves to be green, so I need to introduce some green somehow into the background, even though I am a bit apprehensive. We do have some blue. It can't be really this type of green. That would look not very nice. So I'm thinking of just adding a bit of phthalo green, which would go better with it, with white, and just make a couple of sections. It's all dry, so if it goes wrong, you know what I will do, I'll just wipe it off. See, if I create a very thin film, we do have an impression that there is green, however it's not overpowering. I'm also planning on some other patterns. I get many questions about the textured patterns I use, but I usually say I just look around what I have. So the latest one, I was using the mesh from Crate of Oranges, but today I'm going to show you something that anybody can find it, and it's actually very effective. Piece of cardboard. So you basically peel this off. Sometimes it comes off really easily, sometimes you do it in sections. So see, this one comes off very nicely. And if there are imperfections, that's absolutely fine. Just like that. Have a couple of patterns like this. So it's going to be different. If you think it's too much, you know, little touch-ups But I quite like it, especially the edges. Yes, I do like the edge. I've got plenty of these, so why don't I actually use some of the green that I had from before? I almost threw it away, but now I'm thinking I could use it. Oh well, it was probably too dry. Let's mix some more. A little bit of green. I actually found metallic green. I'm curious if it's going to be seen or not. A little bit. That's fine. I was about to mix the lighter color, metallic lilac. Oh my goodness, I forgot I had it. I know some of you probably want me to do the mesh on top, don't you? We've got stripes, now we'll have another pattern. Is that the light enough color? Let's try it out. Where shall we put it? I'm just going to put a little bit, you know, and I'm doing it again in kind of stripes. Ah, love it, loving it, loving it, loving it. All about this one is just some stripy bits going on. Oh, look at this. I was thinking even silver, you know, but since I've found this, it's perfect. I keep forgetting I've got those interesting metallic colors, different shades. It's beautiful. Let's add a bit more white. I'm so happy I found it. Sorry I'm saying nice, but I'm happy. I'm happy, and I think it is nice. Well, here's my mass production. I'm not sure how many I've got, but we've got the lighter shade, the lilac, and a slightly darker one. And look what I found today. We've got some real ones. Oh, they're so beautiful. And the smell, oh, it's just amazing. Oh, I love it. I love it. So we've got the really common one, and they are 4 petals, as you can see. Oh my goodness. I said 4, and there's one with 5. I can't believe it. Just look, 5 petals. How amazing is that? You can see that the buds are slightly darker, and well, this one is my favorite. So beautiful. So this is going to be my prototype. I'm going to look at this one when I'm going to paint my little petals. So you see, these are those little buds that I made. They kind of resemble them, don't they? Look what we've got! A little creature. Oh, I need to remove him. I need to take him outside. Oh, come on, little buddy. You're so fast. Okay, little break. I need to take him out. I've got some leaves here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to print them before I put my flowers, because with the 3D flowers I can put on any painted section. I'm trying to arrange them and see where I want them. These leaves are like super green, like really vibrant green, and I don't think I want that color. It wouldn't look good with my background. What I would like is the more muted version, like the green you can see in the background. So I'm just going to quickly mix the same colors. This is probably the first time that I'm putting the leaves before the flowers. It's only because the flowers will be added on top later. I'm just going to do quick stems somewhere where I would like my leaves to go. Like this. Put a branch somewhere here. So it's basically like me sketching with a brush. This will be probably one of the thicker ones. I'll start with the smaller leaves. I think I would like the side of this one, just half of it. If you wonder why am I printing leaves instead of just painting them, first of all, because it's easier. The second reason is that gives me straight away the right shape, and I can embellish them later. It's good to have a wet wipe. If anything goes wrong, you can wipe it off. I've printed quite a few leaves, and these are the flattest I've seen. The veins are actually hardly visible, so I might later on come back and just add them with a brush. I don't think I've used that color combination before. It's pretty unusual. Just press it down with a piece of cardboard because my hands are getting dirty. This one is going to be one of the biggest. Now I made a quick mock-up with the flowers. They are all loose. I just positioned them where I think I want them. And I have two options now. I could take them off and paint underneath and then stick them on, or just glue them as they are now, one by one, and then add some little improvements with a paintbrush. And I think I'm going to do with the second one. I quite like this arrangement. So this is my glue, diamond glaze, and I'll be gluing each flower. I really like this glue because it's water-based, and if anything goes wrong, I can just wipe off the section with a wet tissue. As you can see, I brought various pincers and tweezers to see which one will be best to hold them. Let's try this one. I could hold them like this, just pinch them. One done. 99 to go. Well, I'm joking. I don't think they're 99. I don't think I want you to watch me now gluing on the flowers, so I'll be back in a few minutes. And so now we have to connect some of those little bits and draw little branches and create some shadows between flowers. Now once the shadows are done, I could even add some little petals in between. So what's missing? The lighter section in the middle. If you look at the blossom, we've got those white sections in the middle, so I'm going to use the tiny brush and lighten up my flowers. Well, the flowers look a bit better, more 3D with lighter sections. So the final touch, tiny drop of deep purple in the middle. I would like the leaves to be seen a bit more, and I want some highlights and some shadows. So this time we are adding really watered down green around some of the sections that I think are more exposed to light. You know, create some contrast. And I must say that at this moment, when I'm watching myself painting, it looks like watercolor or coloring pencils, which is pretty amazing. I think the effect is very beautiful, very subtle. But this is acrylic, but I'm using acrylics, nothing else. Really watered down. Highlights on the stems. And I'm just going to repeat it on each leaf. And they stand out straight away. I wonder what you think. This is the third one in the series. That was the hydrangea. Hydrangea is more glossy. I'm really looking forward to your opinions in the comments. So what do you think? There we are. How many of you are expecting to be using leftover cardboard for your art today? Let me know what you felt of this piece in the comments, please. If you would like to help support the channel, don't forget that there are extended versions of each week's tutorial on my Patreon, and that this piece is available for sale on my website. Thank you so much for watching. See you all next week. Bye bye.